One psalm a day, Psalm 3, a psalm of David when he fled from his son, Absalom. Lord, how many are my foes? How many rise up against me? Many are saying of me, God will not deliver him. But you, Lord, are a shield around me, my glory, the one who lifts my head high. I call out to the Lord, and he answers me from his holy mountain. I lie down and sleep. I wake again because the Lord sustains me. I will not fear though tens of thousands assail me on every side. Arise, Lord, deliver me, my God. Strike all my enemies on the jaw. Break the teeth of the wicked. From the Lord comes deliverance. May your blessing be on your people. This psalm opens with a cry from a heart overwhelmed by adversity. David, pursued by his own son, speaks not only as a father betrayed, but also as a man who feels surrounded on all sides. His enemies seem numerous, and their words are sharp. They claim that not even God will come to his rescue. Yet, David's faith shines brightest in darkness. He declares that the Lord is his shield, a powerful metaphor of divine protection in the midst of warfare. Not only does God defend him, but he also restores his dignity and lifts his bowed head, showing that God's love reaches beyond survival and into healing and honor. The psalm teaches us that calling out to God is never in vain. David affirms that he cries out and is heard. The mountain mentioned isn't just geographical, represents the spiritual high place where God's presence dwells. It reminds us that no matter how far we feel from God, His holiness can still hear our cries from above. One of the most powerful verses lies in the quiet confidence. I lie down and sleep. In a moment when fear could steal rest, David sleeps. Why? Because the Lord sustains him. This is not mere optimism. It's surrender, trust, and peace rooted in divine faithfulness. Even with thousands around him, David refuses to fear. Fear loses its grip when our security no longer depends on circumstances, but on the God who reigns above them. He shows us that courage isn't the absence of danger, but the presence of God in danger. His plea for God to strike and break the teeth of his enemies can seem harsh, but it reflects the language of a warrior asking for justice in a time of war. Spiritually, it can be seen as asking God to silence the lies and violence that rise against us. David then pivots from request to declaration. From the Lord comes deliverance. This shift is crucial. It moves from asking to affirming. It is as if his prayer has already borne fruit in his heart. Even before his situation changes, his faith has grown. The psalm ends with a blessing that goes beyond David himself. He doesn't hoard God's favor. Instead, He asks for the Lord's blessing on his people. Even in distress, he intercedes for others. This shows a heart shaped by God, even in crisis. Psalm 3 invites us to trust when everything seems lost, to rest when fear surrounds us, and to speak blessings even in the battle. It tells us that God is not distant when we cry, nor powerless when we're overwhelmed. He is near and he sustains. When you feel surrounded by enemies, whether internal doubts, external pressures, or unexpected betrayals, remember David's words. The same God who lifted his head, heard his cries, and gave him sleep, is ready to do the same for you.